Hello everyone and welcome back to Judy. This is going to be a walkthrough for Chapter 3, Part 2 of Linda's chapter. There was a lot of issues when this first released about like 30 or so hours ago, where it was very buggy, almost uncompletable, or actually completely uncompletable, but the developer finally fixed everything and now it is playable and actually quite enjoyable. So the first thing you want to do is just get onto this main passageway. Also, if you see a swing, remember that. They spawn in like 5 different areas. It could be like back on that one. On this one, there's one in the back right, and I think 1 or 2 on the left somewhere. But we want to keep following this passageway until we get to about this lonely bench right here. So this lonely bench will just be like, it feels so lonely here. You just want to stop here because if you keep going, the monster will spawn. So what we're going to do is go around the left side here and just sneak around, and we're going to be able to see the monster spawn right inside that bush. Next, we want to just get into this area and interact with this trapdoor, which will tell us that we need 2 small hooks and a chain. As you saw before, there was a swing set, which has a chain on it, which is quite easy to get, but the next thing that you need are the 2 hooks, which are a little bit harder. Around the map are these animatronics, which if you get too close to them, they will swing at you. If I just avoid dying to this thing real quick. So if you get too close, it will start swinging. Eventually, it will calm down and relax. I think the red ones are a little bit harder to get than the black ones, but sometimes it could be the other way around. It's honestly just up to luck. Sometimes it'll just let you get it right away. Sometimes it'll keep swinging and just kill you right when you try. So we'll wait for this one to finish as well. Keep my open up for the monster. Try to grab the hook, which we got a first try, which is actually quite rare. It does not usually happen first try, which means this walkthrough is going to already be fake, but we got quite lucky. Next, we need the chain, which remember can spawn in different locations. One thing I did not mention is those animatronic things can teleport. They will not always be in the same spot, and after they are there for about like a minute or so, they'll change the locations to somewhere else. So somehow I still have them in the same locations as of right now, but I'm not entirely too sure. Also, if you want to talk to Warmblood, you could talk to Warmblood. He just talks about some random background information, which I'm going to skip past real quick. If you don't know how to skip, it's right-click. Same as zoom on computer. On mobile, honestly, I have no idea. Next, since we got all 3 of those things, we have the chain on either side and the hooks, which we can now open up with. Next is the pit. The pit is a parkour. So if you are good at parkour, like you like Tower of Hell or something, this is going to be fine for you. You just have to go through. Sometimes it might bug out and these things will stop spinning. It happens quite often, honestly, so sorry if that does happen. Next are these swinging balls, which you have to try to get past without dying. You can wait in the middle or just run through. It's honestly up to you. And lastly, there is this hole in the wall puzzle kind of thing where you just have to run through and hopefully get through the end not too late, which then it will stop going as we made it through. Next is another parkour thing. These thin ones on the walls like to move quite often, and you need to be careful of this thing that will slam down onto those circles. So there's one on this one, I believe there's one on the next one, and one on the 3rd one as well. So we will just quickly try to get through without getting smacked, which is terrifying because it vibrates the entire screen when it happens. So we got kind of lucky. We did not get completely murdered. And we are now on to Loveland. Loveland was quite difficult when it first released, as there is a puzzle inside the exit room right here, which a lot of people did not understand, including myself. I had to wait until I was live streaming for people to tell me how to do it. But first, we want to take a left over here into the actual Loveland. Ignore that spooky balloon. Open up this secret door. Interact with the 2 right flicker switches things, right? You got to flick the switches, not flickers the switches, or flicker the flickers. If you flick the first one though, the door behind you will close, so don't do that. If somebody wants to troll, they might close it on you like this, but if you get inside of it and crouch, you could open it, so there's no way people could actually troll it, which is quite good. Also, there's a map here if you need it. We are currently up to the left here, and we want to be down to the funhouse entrance, which we have not opened just yet. But first, we need to find a kettle. It could spawn either up there. It could spawn in here. It could spawn on the 2nd shelf in the middle right there. It could spawn up on this windowsill. as well as next to this garbage. I believe there's only 5 spawns. There might be more. I'm not entirely too sure. Next is going to be the monster of this area. There is a monkey man hiding by that ball. We need to flick that switch, though, as that opens the exit. I think if you get in the corner here, you won't die. So I will just attempt that real quick. I will try to flick this switch and run to the corner, which will black screen real quick. And luckily, I am safe. He's going to just stand around for a little bit, though, but he should leave momentarily. You can also just run away or die. Dying is perfectly fine as it teleports you to a little bit closer to the spot you need to be. Next, though, we need to get to where he is. So I'm going to just try to hide real quick. You can always, abuse jumping over things like this if you want. The next puzzle is a hard one. This is the chess puzzle, which this very spooky dude wants to murder us. So if you see on the back, there are animals with a different colored background. Ignore the background. The background is misleading. What you want to do is match the color of the animal with the tile you're standing on. Also, just so you know, if you're on the first tile, you cannot die to the monkey man outside. He will not come inside, so you should be safe in here. Just kind of still scary. So for example, the skunk, I don't know, I never do the skunk, but not the monkey, the bunny is white, the snail is white 100%, bunny is still white. So we just want to wait until they match the color. You can jump over them, like I could jump to the next white one if I wanted. But I don't like trusting that, because if you die, you just have to run back. It's not that hard, but I don't really like dying too often. So we will just be patient and do it one at a time. Sometimes being patient is not for everybody, so you can always just try to cheat it by just randomly jumping across it, like I just did. And now with your lovely tea kettle, put it on the stove, turn it on. It'll immediately be very hot, which will break the glass between these two doors, which allows you to progress forward. And, of course, ignore that thing over there. I don't know what it is, just ignore it. There's another one down here, but this one is a lot smaller. Next, we'll go into this very smoky, wobbly room, which I don't like, which we could just ignore completely. And we're now on the fun house mirror maze thingy. So this place is very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in the monster by going through this little gap right here, and then go back all the way to the left and just run through it. It's a little bit hard to memorize this, but if you do it a few times, you will memorize it. The only reason I went to the right to the start is to spawn in Linda, I believe, or just the person with the gun in this area. They really want to just kill you. I'm not even going to show you them. You could experience it yourself. I apologize for that, but have fun. But just remember, right here is a fake... a fake bench, which will be completely fine. She just tried shooting me, holy crap. This room is very scary with a bunch of weird, creepy things that you don't really need to care for. Open up this door over here, and you are now in the Funhouse movie set. This is one of the first things that went wrong with the game. There was very buggy things that happened here. But now it's fixed. So what you want to do is look for darts. They could spawn right at the start by these mushrooms. They could spawn inside this little room right here. They could spawn behind this room by this cactus. I believe they could also spawn over here behind the card. And I believe there's a 5th spawn somewhere. I'm not entirely too sure where it is. But if you don't have it in either of these other spawns, then unfortunately you'll just have to look for it. I'm sorry about that. Next, if you pass this cactus on either side, the monster of this area will spawn in. So if this thing starts spinning, that is when the monster spawns. So I'm just going to walk forward and back up, and it starts coming after us. So I will just quickly get up here, which is where we have to be for the next part. With the darts we have to hit these balloons, at least 10 of them, as it says at the top. So I believe you just need the crosshair on them as you click it, which is how you pop them. You don't have to lead them or anything like this. I believe you just click it when the crosshair's on it, and it should be perfectly fine. There we go. Once you get 10 of them, you could progress into this kind of cool like townhouse building, which is also Envy's passage entrance. This part, I believe, is currently a little bit weird. What you are supposed to do is have this very terrifying thing chase you out here and try to get it to fall into the hole. Currently, this part does not work, I don't think. It might never work, I'm not sure. But if they do change this in the future, I'm sorry. I believe you should have to get them in the hole. But for some reason, it doesn't work. So instead, we're just going to come up to the hole, and Linda will come out of the hole and talk to us. I will skip past it a little bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell us anything about lore or anything. It just tells us, oh wow, I'm surprised you did that, but you're not going to stand a chance in the next place. Now follow me because you're going to die. Which is okay. So what we're going to do is climb up this hill, which I believe is the passageway, which is a little bit weird to get up here, just very steep. And we're going to just follow the actual passageway all the way to the other side of this hedge wall, which has this weird mound with weapons sticking out of it. This is a little bit difficult, but it's not the worst. What we want to do is just get a little bit closer and get it to spawn in. And now we need to dodge it to one of the sides when it charges and steal the weapons attached to its face. There are 3 weapons we need, or technically 2 or 3, however you want to decipher it. There is a spear that blows up when you hit stuff, and then there should be 2 different sickles that you get to dual wield. So what we need to do is kill this thing, which I'm going to try to do it from range because I'm really scared of dying up close. Which it's okay if you die, you'll just respawn right back where I was standing, which is not too bad. We'll just keep trying to get it though. It should charge at me again. We can steal the last one, and now we're free to completely kill it. I'm not sure which one does more damage, the spear or the dual wield scythes, but it's kind of nice because you can just stay at range with this one, which is what I like. I like staying at range because up close you just get completely murdered by this thing. But I guess right now would be a good time to charge it. Right click is a launch forward that double hits. Left click is just a smack, which is kind of fast, but not the greatest. It will keep saying grab from skull, but you can't grab anything else. As long as you have all 3 weapons, you should be good. Next, we will get all the way down this next passageway. By the way, if you kill that monster, that is the that is Vigne, or Vigny, which is one of the badges you can get for killing. Next, though, we just go all the way down here, and we should be able to interact with this door, which takes us to Envy's chamber. Envy is a little bit of a pain in the butt because she is very fast, or he. I'm not sure about the gender. Just when I think of Envy, I think of... Actually, I'm not sure because that's a baby's face. Here's a screenshot of the baby face, by the way. It has a baby's face. So what we want to do is just be careful because if we get any further, it will want to kill us. There's a good strategy, though, if you climb up this pillar right here, which I will show you. So what I'm going to do is try to get around to that and start going up it. I believe it won't spawn in, actually, if we're up here, but it should be fine. I'll just try to get it to spawn in real quick. Which, oh, it spawned behind me. Okay, well, I'm gonna probably die. I'm just gonna run away real quick. Okay, now that it's gone, what we want to do is climb up this pillar, which might not always work. If it doesn't work, I apologize. It's just I find this really easy. I'm going to press H for my settings on computer, turn up my brightness, and now from up here, I will just keep hitting Envy. So while you're up here, it's very easy to hit them. As you can see, they can't reach you, of course, so what we can do is just keep hitting them while they run around, which they will just run around in like random directions. If they run this way, I believe there's no other direction, so they have to come back through. But if they go to the right, there's a few different passageways. There's one here, one there, and one all the way at the end. So we just need to wait for them to show up once again and keep hitting them. I believe it's like 10 hits or so to kill it, which we will just keep hitting because there is no other way it could come, meaning it has to come from this path right here, which there it is. I should get it in like 1 or 2 more hits, I believe. And there we go. That is Envy killed. That should be another badge for you. One issue with Envy is it's very fast, which I did not really showcase all that much. if you want to try to hide from envy, there are a bunch of these like little holes around that you could like hide in and they can't get you. But there is an issue where it's just very, very fast and a little bit nerve-wracking. So I like getting in these kind of higher up spots, which you could always just like cheat by getting up this as well, I believe. And if you get on top of a ledge like this, I'm not sure if there'll patches in the future, but they should get stuck right onto you, so you can just keep hitting them, which is a little bit unfair, but you know, use what you got to use to beat it. Next, we got to cross this bridge, which is where this game gets a little bit scary. This next part is the end boss fight. What we got to do is first wait for it to start coming up. And our goal is to just hit all of these eyes, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I apologize about this. I've only done it twice now. I believe we just try hitting every single eye. So it says destroy the eyes to free her. So what I'm going to do is just try not to die to this big laser. And now just keep... I'm not sure if this is actually what you're supposed to do, but it does say destroy the eyes. And I'm hitting the eyes, so I believe that is what you're supposed to do. And eventually it will just complete itself. So just keep hitting the eyes. You have to hit the different eyes, I believe, though. It cannot be the same exact eye. And there we go. That is the thing completed. And that's that. So that was it. We have completed Chapter 3, I believe. I don't think there's going to be a Part 3. I think they'll be going to Chapter 4 next. So I'll see you guys again when Chapter 4 comes out. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy your lives. You know, do good. You know, focus on what you got to focus on. Have a great time. And if you want, you could always leave a like, subscribe, do what you want to do. But either way, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.